beautiful freedom in coordination with the Cogitating Ceviché presents Steering Through Storms, Finding the Balance Between Realism and Optimism by Callista Freiheit. Narration by Amazon Polly. Introduction. The pull between optimism and realism becomes more palpable in an era marked by rapid technological advancements and global shifts. The allure of bright, unmarred future tugs at the heartstrings of the hopeful, while the sobering realities of our world anchor our spirits in caution. It's a balancing act that demands grace and grit, nurturing a hopeful outlook without naivety and embracing realism without succumbing to pessimism. As we stand amidst these cross currents, the need to fortify our minds and spirits with a balanced perspective has never been more critical. It's not merely about shielding ourselves from despair or blinding ourselves with unfounded positivity. It's about developing a resilient, informed optimism that acknowledges the complexities of our times. This form of optimism, rooted in reality and informed by a clear understanding of the world, serves as our compass, guiding us through the uncertainties ahead. How can we cultivate a perspective that neither ignores the shadows nor fears walking in the sun? Let us explore the paths that weave through the landscapes of history, philosophy, and personal practice to find our bearing in this quest for balance. Understanding the spectrum. Understanding the spectrum of perspectives that govern our outlook on life, pessimism, optimism, and realism, is essential for navigating our complex world. Pessimism tends to view the future negatively, anticipating undesirable outcomes and often leading to a mindset that can stifle initiative and innovation. For example, a business leader who consistently expects economic downturns might hesitate to invest in new ventures or expansion, potentially missing out on lucrative opportunities. In contrast, optimism is characterized by the expectation of positive outcomes. It's a buoyant attitude that can encourage taking risks and foster resilience. Consider an entrepreneur who approaches obstacles, believing every problem has a solution. Such optimism can drive persistence and creativity, which are vital for overcoming setbacks and achieving long-term goals. Sitting between these two extremes, realism strives to see the world as it is, not as it should be or is feared to be. Realists attempt to assess situations based on available evidence and make decisions accordingly. For instance, a realist in the same entrepreneurial scenario would weigh a new venture's potential risks and benefits, preparing for challenges and positioning for possible success. Each of these outlooks affects decision-making and emotional well-being differently. The pessimist might avoid disappointment by setting low expectations, but often at the cost of lower overall satisfaction and missed opportunities. Optimists might experience more frequent disappointments when outcomes don't align with their high expectations, yet their general sense of hope can lead to greater overall life satisfaction. Realists tend to have a balanced emotional response to life's ups and downs, preparing adequately for challenges while remaining open to opportunities. By intertwining elements of optimism and realism, we can forge a path that harnesses the benefits of the realist's grounded approach to problems and the optimist's resilience and drive. This balanced perspective enhances our ability to make informed decisions and supports a healthier emotional and psychological state, enabling us to thrive amidst adversity and uncertainty. Historical and philosophical insights. Historical and philosophical insights offer valuable lessons on balancing realism and optimism. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, teaches the value of understanding what is within our control and accepting what is not. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic emperor, once stated, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." This perspective encourages a realistic assessment of one's circumstances while maintaining an optimistic belief in one's ability to manage thoughts and actions effectively. Similarly, modern conservative thinkers have often emphasized grounding optimism in realistic foundations. William F. Buckley, Jr., an influential conservative author and commentator, advocated for a form of hopeful realism. He recognized the imperfections of human society, but maintained a cautious optimism about the capacity for improvement through guided effort and principled action. His approach was not about idealistic dreaming, but about striving for better outcomes within the constraints of what is realistically achievable. These philosophical underpinnings are mirrored in historical events, where leaders exhibited a blend of optimism and realism. During the dark days of World War II, Winston Churchill presented a mix of stark realism and undying optimism. His speeches acknowledged the severe challenges faced by Britain, yet infused the British people with the hope and resolve necessary for victory. Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts, Churchill famously remarked, encapsulating the essence of navigating through a crisis with a balanced perspective. These examples illustrate how a balanced approach does not merely serve theoretical or philosophical purposes, but has practical implications for leadership, governance, and personal development. By drawing on these insights, we can better appreciate the power of maintaining an optimistic outlook grounded in the realistic assessment of our surroundings, guiding our decisions and actions in a hopeful and practical way. The role of faith and patriotism. Faith and patriotism, each profound in significance, are solid foundations for optimism, particularly in challenging times. Faith, in its various forms, provides more than just comfort. It offers a steadfast anchor in the unpredictable seas of life. For many, faith imbues everyday existence with meaning and direction, fostering a resilient optimism. This is seen in how individuals draw strength from their spiritual beliefs, which often teach principles of hope, redemption, and the ultimate good. For instance, Christian doctrine emphasizes trust in God's plan, which can help believers maintain a hopeful outlook, even in the face of personal or societal turmoil. Similarly, patriotism, a deep love for one's country, can foster communal optimism. It encourages individuals to look beyond their personal circumstances and connect with something larger than themselves. This sense of belonging and purpose can be profoundly motivating. During times of national crisis, such as natural disasters or external threats, the patriotic spirit often leads to remarkable displays of solidarity and resilience. Citizens united by a shared love for their homeland are more likely to work together towards recovery and prosperity, driven by the belief in a collective future that can be better than the present. Both faith and patriotism also encourage a forward-looking optimism grounded in action. They inspire individuals to contribute positively to their communities and nations, driven by beliefs that align personal well-being with the well-being of others. Through acts of charity, civic duty, and mutual support, adherents of faith and patriotic individuals demonstrate a practical optimism that anticipates a better future and actively works towards it. By intertwining these elements, individuals can cultivate a balanced outlook that combines the personal peace found in faith with the communal pride of patriotism, creating a dynamic and positive approach to life's challenges. This blend of inward belief and outward action illustrates how deeply held values can sustain optimism, encourage resilience, and foster a sense of purpose that transcends individual circumstances to embrace a broader, collective horizon. Practical strategies. Cultivating a balanced mindset that harmonizes realism with optimism can significantly enhance one's ability to navigate life's complexities with resilience and foresight. Here are several practical strategies that can foster this equilibrium. Gratitude journaling. This simple yet profound practice involves regularly writing down things for which one is grateful. By focusing on positive aspects of life, gratitude journaling can shift the mind away from despair and negativity, reinforcing a realistic acknowledgement of good even amidst challenges. It nurtures an optimistic outlook by highlighting the daily blessings often overlooked, such as a kind gesture from a stranger, a family member's health, or personal achievements. Community involvement. Engaging with one's community can instill a sense of purpose and connection. Volunteer work, for example, not only contributes to the common good, but also puts personal struggles into perspective, often revealing that one's situation might be more hopeful than it seems. This involvement provides a tangible way to positively impact, reinforcing the optimistic belief that individual actions can lead to collective betterment. Setting achievable goals. Optimism is bolstered by experiencing success and progress, which can be facilitated by setting realistic and achievable goals. Whether short-term objectives like completing a daily task or long-term ambitions like advancing in a career, achieving these goals provides concrete evidence of one's efficacy, fostering a hopeful outlook for the future. These goals must be realistic and align with one's capabilities and circumstances to prevent the discouragement that can follow from setting unattainable standards. Mindfulness and meditation. These practices help cultivate a present-focused mindset, mitigating anxieties about the future while accepting the current reality. Mindfulness encourages an appreciation for the moment and can reduce negative emotions, supporting a balanced view that appreciates the present while optimistically looking forward. Educational and inspirational consumption. Regularly consuming educational and inspirational content, such as books, podcasts, or seminars that promote positive thinking and realistic optimism, can reinforce the mental habits necessary for a balanced outlook. This can include stories of individuals who have overcome adversity, teachings on resilience, or insights into philosophical and spiritual perspectives that emphasize meaningful living. Integrating these practices into daily life can develop a robustly optimistic, yet realistic perspective that enhances personal well-being and empowers proactive engagement with the world's complexities. This approach supports individual growth and contributes to the welfare of the broader community, embodying the virtues of hope and pragmatism. Avoiding the extremes. Navigating the precarious terrain between extreme pessimism and blind optimism requires vigilance and self-awareness. Falling into either extreme can distort reality and impede effective decision-making, potentially leading to personally and professionally adverse outcomes. Dangers of extreme pessimism. Extreme pessimism often manifests as a defeatist attitude toward life's possibilities, where individuals expect the worst outcomes in most situations. This mindset can lead to missed opportunities, as constant negativity may prevent one from taking calculated risks or pursuing beneficial chances. For example, someone who always anticipates career failure might never apply for promotions or new jobs, thus ensuring the stagnation they feared. The emotional toll is also significant, as chronic pessimism can lead to stress, depression, and a pervasive sense of hopelessness. Dangers of blind optimism. Conversely, blind optimism involves looking at the world through rose-colored glasses, consistently discounting the possibility of negative outcomes. This outlook can result in poor preparation for challenges, inadequate risk assessment, and harsh confrontations with unanticipated difficulties. For instance, an entrepreneur who assumes their startup will succeed without considering potential market fluctuations may find themselves unprepared for economic downturns, risking severe financial consequences. Recognizing and correcting extremes. Self-reflection. Regularly take time to reflect on your thoughts and decisions. Ask yourself whether your outlook is based on evidence or your hopes or fears. Journaling can help in tracking thought patterns that might lean towards either extreme. Seek feedback. Sometimes it's difficult to recognize one's biases. Friends, family, or colleagues can provide outside perspectives on whether your attitude skews too pessimistic or optimistic. Educate yourself on both sides. When faced with a decision, research both the positive and negative possibilities. This can provide a more balanced view and prepare you for a range of outcomes. Set contingency plans. Prepare for the worst-case scenario while hoping for the best. This approach allows you to remain optimistic about the outcome, but ready to handle potential setbacks. Mindfulness and cognitive behavioral techniques. Practices like mindfulness can help you remain centered and avoid getting carried away by extreme emotions. Cognitive behavioral techniques can help reframe overly negative or overly positive thoughts toward more neutral, balanced assessments. By actively maintaining a balanced perspective, you ensure that optimism and realism coexist in your worldview, enhancing personal well-being and decision-making processes. This balanced approach prepares you better for life's uncertainties and contributes to a more fulfilling and proactive life. Conclusion. The interplay between optimism and realism is beneficial and essential in the journey through life's challenges and opportunities. Embracing a balanced perspective equips us with the tools to navigate our personal paths and contribute meaningfully to society. Optimism alone fuels our ambitions and drives us forward, inspiring us with visions of what might be possible. Conversely, realism anchors these visions in the practical world, ensuring our dreams are achievable and our plans actionable. This dynamic balance between hope and pragmatism does not diminish our aspirations but directs our energies efficiently, maximizing our potential for success. It encourages us to enthusiastically pursue our goals while preparing us for the obstacles we might encounter. Such a balanced approach enhances individual resilience and fosters a collective capacity to face societal challenges with courage and consideration. As we continue to forge our futures, let us strive to cultivate this equilibrium within ourselves and inspire it in others. Doing so enhances our ability to lead fulfilling lives, enriched by optimism and informed by reality. Let this balanced perspective guide us as we work individually and together to build a world that reflects our highest hopes and practical realities. Calls to action. As we explore the nuanced dance between optimism and realism, your experiences and insights are invaluable. I encourage you to share your stories of finding balance in your life. How have you navigated the fine line between hope and practicality? What strategies have helped you maintain a balanced perspective during challenging times? Your contributions can inspire and enlighten others who are seeking their own equilibrium. Please join the conversation in the comments below or on social media. Share your reflections, challenges, and victories. By exchanging our diverse experiences, we can build a richer understanding and a stronger community, united in our pursuit of a balanced and fulfilling life. Your voice matters. Let it be heard as we continue to learn from one another and grow together. Thank you for your time today, and until next time, God bless.